Matera, Italy. The actor Jim Caviezel not only endured the freezing cold, his shoulder was dislocated in one scene and his skin accidentally flayed for real in another. All the time he was playing the Jesus Gibson envisioned, not like the ones he'd seen before.
Bad hair, he's usually fairly effete and not a powerful presence, which clearly he must have been.
As we said, this film is rated R because of the startling violence.
It's very violent, and if you don't like it, don't go. You know.
Why so much of it?
I wanted it to be shocking, and I also wanted it to be extreme. I wanted it to push the viewer over the edge, and it does that. I think it pushes one over the edge, so that they see the enormity of that sacrifice, to see that someone could endure that and still come back with love and forgiveness, even through extreme pain and suffering and ridicule.
My first reaction was horror. I'd watched 2 hours of absolute brutality, like I had never seen before in the cinema.
Dominic Crossan, Jesus scholar and former priest, says he thinks Gibson put brutality at the heart of Christianity. Gibson answers he didn't, crucifixion did.
I've read books from doctors about what a crucifixion is like. You just have to be up there and you're suffocating the whole time, and birds land on you and, you know, try and get your eyes out and all this kind of stuff, and flies lay eggs on you and you're maggot-ridden, and it's horrible.
But Crossan has another problem with Gibson's film, context. He says the teachings of Jesus were revolutionary, threatening to the authority of the Jewish leaders and the Romans. But the film gives no explanation for the hostility to Jesus. It seems to come out of nowhere.
Isn't he this nice person that goes around telling everyone to love one another and patting babies on the head? And then somebody killed him. That makes no sense.
So you could say it's out of context. Fine. I think it's complete for what it is. It's the passion of the Christ. So, and like 12 seconds of resurrection.
Let's say I'm a Martian. I'm just watching this film. All the time I keep saying to myself, what's anyone got against this guy?
Yeah, you're right. If you were a Martian, I know what you're saying. You're right, it's not there. And it's a piece of 12 hours of the thing that I found to be the most intense point of the sacrifice. Now, I know the rest of the story. I know how it went down. Not everybody does. Maybe they'll find out. It's not my job. You know? My job is to make a film as well as I can make it.
And to do that, he has said, he helped his visual imagination by reading books. One of them, a collection of the vivid and some say lurid visions of a 19th century German nun named Anne Emmerich. Gibson also carries a church relic from her.
There it is. It's right up at the top there.
But that brings us back to Gibson's critics, who argue that Anne Emmerich is notoriously anti-Semitic, dreaming scenes where Jews are more violent than the Gospels say. Gibson says anti-Semitism was not in the passages he read.
Famously anti-Semitic.
Oh, well, I never read that, so here's the deal. In my film, I didn't do a book on Anne Catherine Emmerich's passion. I did a book according to the Gospels.
And he points to another scene in the film, where Simon of Cyrene, a Jewish bystander forced out of the crowd to help, interlocks arms with a bloody Jesus as they struggle with the cross.
That's his brother, you know. It's about another human being. We're all children of God, all of us. It doesn't matter what you are. Whether you've got a bone through your nose, or whether you look like a Viking, or a Spanish conquistador, or whatever you are, you know. It's, we are all children of God.